which one of you keeps yapping?
After 4 years. 4 years, we still can't get it right.
Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Guys, we've been MIA for a while. Sorry, it's my fault. Okay, so we have a neighborhood story. Are we going to start recording? Okay.
Yeah, we are recording.
Oh, we are recording?
Yeah.
It's fine. Hey, so last time we talked, we told you guys about the true crime summit that was happening in Jacksonville, Oregon, and it was in the beginning of May. I went to it. I did the thing, you guys.
I'm so jealous.
I wish Bri could have gone. Maybe next year.
Yes.
But they said that they would like us to come back. So Friday, the first thing was a book signing. What is the book called? In My DNA was the book. She was an investigator, a detective for, I think it was Portland, Oregon. I can't remember.
Okay.
But she talks about like different cases that she solved throughout her time. But there's like this like one that she keeps going back to throughout like all of the chapters and stuff. And it's like a cold case. So now she's like a cold case detective, but she works privately. She doesn't work for like any like agency or anything like that anymore. But that was really cool. And then during that, there was another book that they were kind of promoting, and it was by a mother. She didn't write the book, but like somebody wrote the book on her behalf. It's called Boy Missing, and it's about this boy that goes missing, and like the mother's like tries to find. He's still missing to this day. He went missing in 2013, I think.
Oh,
2010
Aww.
I think. I really want you to listen to it because I have so many questions. I went into this book with hardly any questions, and I came out of it with more questions. So
I need another listen right now, so.
Yeah. Well, I would love for you to listen to it, because I really want to talk about it, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I did meet the mother. She did speak. That was really cool to like see. It's like interesting to like, you see the people, you watch the documentaries and stuff like that, and you listen to these stories, but to actually like meet the person in person, face to face, and be like,
holy crap, this is real.
This is real. Yeah, like your son went missing, and that's just like so traumatic. Like the thought of like all of that weight that she carries, like, oh, you actually can like see the weight that she carries. It's really sad.
Aww.
So. But yeah, she talked. That was really cool. And then little search and rescue dogs, the little puppies, they talked, and that was really cool. There was one that
probably like cocaine.
No, they're like for missing people. They search for bodies. They talked, and like one of the dogs, he found like 2,000-year-old like ancient burial body.
What?
Yeah, he finds all that.
Dang, that's some serious voodoo stuff.
Yeah. So that was really cool to hear them talk, and all the little stories that the puppies do. And then later that night was the meet and greet with the Macabre podcast. It's not Macrobee. It's Macabre.
English is dumb.
English is so dumb. And they said that they want to collab with us. I got their information.
What?
I gave them one of our cards. Luckily, I had a card on me. So they talked about a story that I'm going to talk about, not tonight. It was a really good Mother's Day story. I thought it was really
cool. Okay.
Yeah. So it was their first live show. So that was cool to be a part of. but it was just like in a little like it was like a house that they converted into like a little winery, like
Cute.
wine tasting. And then so it was there. It was very intimate. There's like maybe 20 people. Yeah.
What did they do? Like answer questions?
So they did a story, like a live story. And
Okay.
then they did like a little Q&A, and like they also recorded it, so I don't know if they're going to have it on their podcast, but if they do, I hope that they allow like the audience sound to be in there also, cuz I talked. I like said some things. I don't
Cool.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember what I said, but like a little like they would let the audience like have little commentary, so that was fun. And then the next day started 9 o'clock in the morning. They first had two people for SART, which is Sexual Awareness Readiness Team, talk about like where to get resources and like what SART is and how important it is and stuff like that. And then they had, I'm probably going to miss some people, but then they had a guy that was part of the Secret Service talk.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And
pretty cool.
he was like talking about all the like different, like he was on Jimmy Carter's team, he was
Whoa.
on Bush's team, he talked about Bill Clinton, he talked about like all the different like I don't remember what he talked about. He like talked he talked
But it
about
was
like
cool that he was there.
yeah, it was cool that like the stories that he was telling was really cool, like scares and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And then oh my gosh, who talked after that? There was a Crescent City Police talked. They talked about like how they catch the 311s, which is the CSAM. CSAM. Do you know what CSAM is? Child pornography.
Okay.
And it's like people how they like will catch people like that. But they talked and how like big of a like program that they have, which is really cool. We have a couple programs like that here too, so it was interesting to hear like their side of things compared to like ours, like what they do different and what we
Yeah.
do. So that was really cool to see that perspective. An attorney from somewhere, I don't remember where she was from, but she talked about a case, one of her like big cases that she had, and this guy was a serial killer. And it was recently like early 2000s, and she talked and how what she did to find him, which I might cover that one, so I'm really trying not to tell you a whole lot about it. But that one was really cool too, her talking. And then and I really liked hers because like it was like she was like all cutesy and like talked about like this story, and like she like told it, and like as we tell our stories, right? Like
Yeah.
she was super detailed, but like also she showed us like dead body photos, so that was really cool. And so there was this some guy from he like collects like DNA and does
Mhm.
like the database. He talked that was very boring. The last person that talked though, I really think that what she would have talked about would have been really, really cool and super interesting. And like I wanted her to keep talking, but I didn't want her to keep talking. I wanted like
You
does that
wanted to
make
hear about the subject, just not from her.
yes, because like so she had like this whole like slideshow that she was going to do, but there was like too many links to like YouTube and this and that, and like she couldn't get it to work. So
Oh, no.
like the host of the event, she was like, "How about we just do like a Q&A?" And so she sat down and she was like answering questions, but it's like we don't know what you do. So how are we supposed to answer questions, right? So she kind of like told us what she did. So people were like asking her a question. So what she did was she goes in, and I'll send you some links to it, but like she goes in and talks to like people that are on death row, and like talks to them about like why they did the things, like tries to get inside their head, right? And she's young. She's got to be like in her 30s. Really cool stuff that she is doing. But when someone would ask her a question, they'd be like, so when you talk to so and so, like, were you scared? Like when you talk to him? Because like she was saying that she like gets put into this like cage, and essentially it would take like almost 20 minutes for anyone to get to her
Oh my
if
gosh.
if something were to happen to her. So essentially she's going in this cage with this murderer, and like the worst of the worst, and like she just has to trust that nothing's going to happen to her, because there's like so many gates and doors that people would
Oh my
have to go through
gosh.
to get to her. Yeah. So she like super cool and interesting. Like, were you scared like going in? And she'd just be like, yeah. Okay. And
Elaborate?
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I almost pissed myself.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. Like it would have been really cool to hear about all of that stuff, but you didn't. Yeah.
Make me feel like I'm there.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I was like. Oh my god, this would have been such a cool topic to talk about, but you are dry as the Sahara desert. Like, and like she was like, I'm releasing a book, and we're like, don't want to listen to that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so
scared.
boring. Yeah.
The end.
She was like, at one point, I had 6 people on death row on the no, it was 6 serial killers on the phone at the same time. And like super cool. What does this have to like tell us about it? What did they talk about? You know?
Oh my gosh.
So, but it was so cool, and I want to go back next year, and I want you to be there next year. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, I've talked way too long. Anyways,
It's okay. That's awesome.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know.
That would be really cool to do that next year.
And
Thanks for going, Betty.
the town was so cute.
It looked cute. It looked haunted.
Oh, it was haunted as fuck. Like, like everybody that we talked to, my friend Courtney went with me, and they're like, "Yep, this building haunted. This building haunted." So it was like one of the first founding towns in Southern Oregon.
Okay.
And so it's like, it's haunted. So
That's cool.
yeah. I didn't even really touch on the haunted part. Like, I didn't even explore that, because I truly am hoping to explore that next year when you and I go.
That would be really freaking cool. We can go on a ghost tour.
I know. So yeah. Anyways, I have a question for you.
All right.
Okay. So this was a while ago when I wrote this story, but the question of the day on my whiteboard at work was, what is the weirdest thing you believed in as a child?
I thought that people lived inside of stoplights.
Oh, I think that's adorable, actually.
I thought that they were people that lit up like fairies, and they changed the colors of them. Yep.
Aww,
I was for sure that that's how it worked.
Aww, I like that.
What about you?
I'm trying to remember what I said. It was a good one. I don't remember.
I have a joke for you.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Okay, I always said this joke many times this week. What kind of pants does a ghost hunter wear?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Just a pair of normal jeans.
That's a good one. That's such a good one.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's really cute. I love
freaking precious. Oh.
I love
I was like, I have
one.
to tell that. People keep on sending this to me.
Who's going first this week?
It don't matter. Or as Natalie says, I don't matter.
I don't matter. I want to go first.
She literally says that all the time. All right. I got a neighborhood story for you then.
Okay.
This one is from Rachel, and it says, I've lived next to the same guy for 3 years. Thought
Okay.
his name was Steve. I call him Steve. His name is Steve in my phone. I've been to his apartment. We've had dinner. His name is Brian. His dog is Steve.
That tracks.
That's something I would do.
I would remember the dog's name first too. I literally just saw that one like 2 days ago.
Ah,
That's
took it.
so funny. That's a good one. Steve. Like, yeah, hi,
Steve.
Steve.
Which
Actually,
is
my name
funny
is
because Brian the dog, and I could totally get that messed up though, because there's the dog's name is Brian in Family Guy. So like that's
That's
how I would
true.
remember.
Okay. But why are we naming I was gonna say, why are
Why are
we
we naming
naming
our dog Steve?
yeah, I have a Wilson, I have a Jenny, I have
Yeah,
Leon,
right.
I have Tony. Like, so who knows?
Yep.
Okay, so bear with me because I remember the story, but at the same time I don't really remember this story. So we're gonna
Gonna
struggle
have
through it together.
probably gonna have the same issues with mine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about Betty Broderick. Oh, I don't remember this story. Fuck it. Okay. So so I'm gonna tell you about Betty Broderick's I do remember why I did this story now. Okay. So she just died. So
Oh,
her death was on May
so
8th.
exciting.
Yeah, so she just died on May 8th,
Oh wow.
2026 at the age of 78 in San Bernardino's County at the California Institution for Women. And
All right. She's clearly the bad guy.
I did this story
Spoiler alert.
in honor of her death. And then we were going to record like that week or whatever, and then we ended up not. So that's why I did this story in honor of her death.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
but
Gotcha.
who is Betty Broderick and why do you care about her? Well, I'm about to tell you, Brie.
All right.
So, Betty Broderick was born on November 7th, 1947, and grew up in Brooklyn, New York. New York. Don't do that. She was one of 6 children. She was the middle child to Marita and Frank. They owned a successful plastering business. Marita and Frank were reported to be very strict parents, and she was being apparently trained to be a good housewife, sit straight, keep sweet.
As they did at that time.
Yeah, so she was raised to be very careful about her dating life, like until she found, don't date until you found a well-suited Catholic husband.
Sure.
Growing up, Betty was reportedly a well-behaved child and a student. She graduated and went on to get a degree in early childhood development. I do remember this story now.
Okay.
So, at the time, back in 1964, when she was just 17 years old, Betty met a young man,
A
21
man.
a man. He was 21 years old. His name was Daniel Broderick, and they met at an event at the University of Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
He was a medical student. So they kind of started like hitting it off. Listen, she was an early childhood education development student. She was going to school to be a teacher, and this very handsome man who is older, not much older, but he's an older man. So the only thing, like, he was the perfect man, but she just wasn't ready to settle down yet and get married. But she, because she was only 17 years old.
Oh my gosh.
She wanted to wait a little bit more. So Dan said
Fair.
he said he would wait for her. He
Okay.
would do anything to make her happy and comfortable,
Aw.
while he waits.
Aw.
They
What a
did,
gentleman.
what a gentleman. They did up getting married on April 12th, 1969 in New York. She immediately became pregnant, and they had their first daughter, Kim, in 1970. By 1979, Betty had 4 more children: Lee in 1971, Daniel in 1976, and Rhett in 1979. And she also had an unnamed boy who died 4 days after birth. So I don't know what year he was born or what his name was, but
Okay.
so she's got 5 kids, I think. 5.
4 made it.
Kim, she had Kim, then Lee, then Daniel and Rhett. So 4 made it, yeah. So at this point, Betty was like the perfect stay at home mom. She did it and she did it well, taking care of the kids, the house, and her husband while her husband finished med school and then decided to go to law school after that. So like
Oh,
two of
oh
like
my God.
I know, like
Most
very
intense career
long.
paths.
I know.
Holy shit.
So
Gonna be
he
next a rocket scientist?
probably actually. He was also very intelligent. He went to school at Harvard. Now, this is how much of a superwoman this lady was, though. While he was going to going to school, not only was she taking care of the kids at the house, but Betty also had to hold down 3 jobs at some point, like sometimes at 3 up to 3 jobs to take care of the bills also. So,
Holy bejesus.
yeah. So
Damn.
after Daniel graduated and passed the bar, they uprooted the family and moved to San Diego, California because Daniel got a job at one of the top law firms in San Diego. This is where he became a very successful malpractice lawyer. However, you would think that the paycheck would come with the name of what he was doing and, the name of the practice, but that it didn't bring in a whole lot of money. So Betty urged him to branch off and start his own practice. And she wasn't like, Danny, you're not making enough. It was more like, listen, you're so much more than this. Like you can do so much more with what you're like with your knowledge. Like it was never for her, it was never like about the money. It was like you
It
can
came
do
from like a supportive standpoint.
yeah, yeah. So
What a good wife.
yes, very good wife. So he eventually did that. He branched off and started his own law firm. And it was almost immediately he was much more successful. All it took was winning his first multi-million lawsuit, and the Brodericks became millionaires.
Nice.
Yeah, so this also lifted some weight off of Betty because he was making more money. So she also because, like, at that point, she was, like, hustling Avon and Tupperware and stuff like that, so she didn't have to, like, worry so much about hustling money. So, this was life-changing for them, and they became well-known in all the social circles. They were invited to all the high-profile parties and events. They were like this power couple. But
Okay.
behind closed doors, Betty wasn't happy with their marriage. She was complaining that he was gone all the time. She did an interview where she said he would be gone from 10 to 14 hours a day. And when he
Dang.
would get home, he was like out. He would get home and then immediately he would like go and socialize or what they call now networking. Um, Betty said she felt like she was a single parent. She was the only one home with the kids, caring for them and essentially raising them. Then in 1982, Dan came home and told Betty that he finally hired somebody. Now, this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but up until then, he was like a one man show because, he
Oh,
was doing his own practice. So he was doing all the filing, all the faxes, all the phone calls. He was doing like
dang.
everything, right? So he is like, I finally hired someone. She was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This means he could be home at like a reasonable hour now." She was like, "Oh, Danny, I'm so happy to hear this. You can be home now. Who did you hire?" He said, "Oh, a 21-year-old hottie named Linda."
Oh, Lord. Linda.
Uh-huh. So, as early as October of 1983, Betty suspected something was going on between the two of them because out of everyone that Dan interviewed and all the experience that these people had that applied, he hired Linda, the haughty Dutch American that had no experience in anything regarding malpractice or law or even medical. So, did we hire for looks? So, when Betty would confront him about this, he'd be like, deny, 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 and gaslight her. Like, oh, there's nothing going on. You're just crazy. You're paranoid. And then one day, Betty was so frustrated with how their marriage was going, and it was his 38th birthday. So Betty's friend suggested taking him a bottle of champagne, go get all cutesy, and go to his office and celebrate his birthday with him. And, try to spice things up for them. So she's like, you know what? We've been having some issues. I'm going to do just that. So Betty goes there, and there were decorations throughout the office. There was an open present, bottles of empty champagne at his office, but no one was there. So she ends up finding out that Dan and Linda went out for lunch, but they never
Lunch.
they never returned back to the office. There was a young photo of Dan also hanging up on her office wall. It
Dang.
was a photo of him before Betty and him even got married.
Oh my gosh.
I
What a
know.
weirdo. That's weird.
That's weird, right? So Betty drove home in a fit of rage. She was pissed. She took all of Dan's clothes, threw them out in the yard, and lit them on fire, as she would.
Yeah, Betty.
And I'm like talking this name brand custom tailored suits. Like, these were expensive clothes that she threw out there. Then in February of 1985, Dan moved out against Betty's wishes. She was trying to fix the marriage and not break up the family, right? At one point, Dan had to take custody of their children because Betty would leave them one by one on Dan's doorsteps. She's like, here are your kids. Take care of your kids. Take care of your kids. And
Just like how you like
eventually,
it now.
yeah, so eventually Dan was like, yeah, you're right. I'm having an affair. Like, he finally admits it. So this caused a long, drawn out, very messy divorce. And it was actually one of the most messiest divorces documented in American history. So much so that Oprah Winfrey contacted Betty to get an interview. And at the time, Betty declined, but she did do one or two later on down the road.
Dang,
So
who declines Oprah?
Betty, she's like, nah, I don't have time for that.
I got 4 kids.
Yeah. So at this time, Dan was making roughly $140,000 a month. I don't even know what,
Damn.
I didn't even do the math to figure out what that is. That's a lot of money. He was the president of the California Bar Association because of all of his high profile clients and friends and people he had associated with. Betty couldn't find a single attorney that would take her case. So she was like at a complete disadvantage. A complete disadvantage for during their divorce. He's like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm finally having an affair," and she couldn't find anybody to represent her because nobody would take her case because he knew everybody. So Betty also said she believed Dan's influence also is what got him sole custody of their children. The ability to sell their house without her permission and cheating her out of all of her rights to his income, such as alimony. She said she was so angry and she broke into his home, spray painted his bedroom, and smeared food all over his kitchen. Which, girl, you could have done so much more. You could
Right?
have done some, like, he literally just like ruined her life, cheated on her, and then weaseled his way out of everything because of who he was and
That was
his
some straight
influence.
up mom rage stuff.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
smear food all over your kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
That would piss me
You
off.
clean this up. So, she was spiraling at this point. She was not doing okay, but I also kind of get it. She was going up against someone that was essentially like touchless. Like, he couldn't be touched. He was so powerful, and unfortunately, she kind of helped make him that way too, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
she made this monster. It was like David and Goliath, and she was David, but she had no stones. So, 4 years after the initial filing, the divorce was finally finalized in 1989. She had no custody of their children. However, she did receive a sizable settlement, although it was far less than what she was expecting. She received $16,000 a month and a cash reward of $28,000, which $16,000 in 1989 is an insane amount. That's like even for
Not
today's.
having your kids sucks.
That sucks.
And those
But
kids probably miss their mom because they probably
oh
only
yeah.
knew their mom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like I would rather have my kids than $16,000 a month.
Yeah,
But even in today's age,
right, that's a lot.
$16,000 a month, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
But however, going from like $140,000 to just 16,000, that makes a huge difference in your lifestyle.
yeah.
And not having your kids. So Betty's behavior was becoming worse and worse and worse. She was erratic. She was unstable. She left hundreds of obscene, threatening voicemails to Dan. She ignored the restraining orders, put them in that were put in place. Mind you, Betty did not think she was the only one that was crazy over here. She thought that Dan was doing things to mess with her too. Obviously, he was living with this new chick, Linda. Their voice recording on their voicemail was her voice, like, "Hi, you reached Dan and Linda. Sorry we couldn't reach you. We're too busy in love. Leave the beep at the tone. LOL. I don't know." Oh, I wrote. I don't know if that's what it said, but like that's what I pictured. And so she was like saying like they were doing like having Linda leave those voice messages, like voice recordings, to mess with Betty. But they did do little things to mess with her. Betty said that Linda would like make fun of her, stating he married the younger, slimmer version of Betty. And even before they could get in front of a judge during the divorce, he agreed to give her $9,000 a month just based off of a verbal agreement. And anytime she would do something that pissed him off, she would like leave a little nasty voicemail. He would like deduct money from the next month. So, like, before they had time to get in front of a judge for their divorce, he was like, "I'll give you $9,000 a month for alimony." But then again, later she was granted 16. But every time she did something that like
pissed
pissed
him
him
off.
off, he'd be like, "I'm taking 100,000 or 1,000 off or $100 off for the next month." At one point, she was in the hole by $1,300, so she actually owed him money, which is kind of funny. Things were just a mess, and Betty was circling the drain hole. She was constantly vandalizing his home, and at one point, she drove her car through his front door while her children were there, which that was like, girl.
Oh,
She was arrested with a knife on her and held in psychiatric care for 72 hours after that, which is understandable.
yeah.
In 1989, following the divorce, Dan and Linda got married. During the wedding, they were so scared that Betty was going to do something, so they hired armed guards to keep them and their guests safe. And some reports state that Dan wore a bulletproof vest, and some say they only hired armed guards. But regardless, that's kind of crazy.
It's funny that he probably had to waste a lot of money to do all that,
I know.
and she didn't do anything.
I absolutely love that. Also, Betty never showed up at that wedding. However, after the wedding, Betty reported that Linda mailed her Avon wrinkle cream and weight loss pills.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
What a bitch. That's a low blow.
Like, okay, cool. Thanks for that. Actually,
Wow.
I actually needed this. Thank you.
Sure.
I
Yeah, these are really
Okay.
expensive. Thanks.
Yeah. So after watching the interview with Betty, I do believe she truly believed that Dan was going through a midlife crisis and eventually he was going to come back to her, because in the community they grew up in and other friends, they had like similar Catholic childhoods. The men would sometimes get bored of their wives, go and have this crisis and this affair, and eventually come back to the family. So like I do think that that's what was going through her mind. However, in the meantime, Dan was telling her, "You're boring. You're too old. You aren't skinny." So I don't know if that's true that she believed that. But I wasn't there. So I do believe she believed that that happened.
Yeah.
So eventually Betty snapped and purchased a Smith & Wesson revolver. And at 5:30, November 5th, 1989, 7 months after Dan and Linda got married, Betty entered their home using the house key from her daughter's Kim's key ring that she slipped off of it. So she took a key from her daughter and was like, "Dee dee, Anyone home? She went to the master bedroom where Dan and Linda were sleeping. She pulled out her firearm and shot and killed both of them. 2 hit Linda in the chest and head, killed her instantly, and 1 bullet hit Dan as he was reaching for the phone in the chest. 1 bullet hit the wall and 1 hit the nightstand. Dan was just shy of 7 days of his 49th birthday, and Linda was 28 years old. So after Betty killed them, she called her daughter and she was telling her daughter that she went there to end her own life in front of them, but ended up firing the gun and didn't know if it hit anyone. So she was confused. But eventually she goes and turns herself into the police. Now, she did deny she pulled the trigger, but she did say she wasn't planning on hurting them. She just wanted to scare them. But when she got there and she was startled by Linda shouting, call the police, she just ended up pulling the trigger by accident.
Okay.
So by the fall of 1990, Betty's attorney claimed she was a battered wife and she spiraled by the psychological trauma from Dan. However, the prosecutors were claiming that Betty was not a battered woman. She was cold and calculated and jealous. On both sides, Betty was examined by a doctor who claimed that Betty was either a narcissist or had narcissistic features, which is really interesting because I don't see that at all, but I'm also not a psychiatrist, so who knows. The medical evidence from the scene shows that Dan didn't die right away. Betty claimed that she spoke to him after she shot him, and he said, okay, you shot me. I am dead. What's your famous last words? Okay, you shot me. I am dead. Like,
Oh, how literal.
like he could have been like, I'm sorry, Betty. I'm sorry I did this to you. Take care of the kids.
Sorry, I'm a piece of shit.
And
Thank you for putting me through law school and medical school.
Tell the kids I love them. Nope.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You shot me. I am dead. Stupid.
Check my mail for me, please. Water my plants.
So evidence also showed Betty removed the phone and the voice machine from the home so he couldn't call the police. She also apparently told Dan that she wished he was dead, which I guess she got what she wished for.
Sure.
2 of their children also appeared on the Oprah show, stating Betty had told them both at one point that she was going to kill Dan and Linda. Oof. So it's just not looking great for her all around, right? Betty's first trial ended up in a hung jury. 2 of the jurors just could not reach a verdict due to the manslaughter charge. One of the jurors said, I only wondered what took her so long. Girl, period. So, because of that, a mistrial was declared. A new trial was scheduled a year later with the same defense attorney and same prosecutor. But at this trial, the jury found her guilty on 2 counts of second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of 15 years to life, in addition to 2 years of illegal use of a firearm. And she passed away, like I told you, in prison at the age of 78.
Okay.
And that is Betty Broderick.
Betty Broderick.
Betty Broderick.
I only saw justice in this one on Betty's side.
Girl, I get it.
I get it. Betty had to do what she had to do. He was a piece of shit.
Garbage. Absolute garbage. Oh no, I'm not having an affair. Just leave her. You know?
Yep.
Just leave her. That's all you need to do.
Yep.
We don't need to
exactly. No one needs to cheat.
No. And here's the thing. She put you through law school. She put you through medical school. The least you could have done is given her whatever she wanted at the divorce.
Yep.
Men are garbage, dude.
Yep. Sure are.
Ugh.
I'm sad Betty's dead.
I'm sad she's dead too. But, you know, also, like, here's the thing. Don't murder people. So,
Yeah, no, 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 no.
like
She
we
took it too far.
she what she should have done, honestly. Let's not commit crimes and let's just make their life difficult, you know? But also like she was going up
Just
against
make their life difficult.
she was like going up against like I said, like Goliath. Like he was untouchable. He had all the connections. But then also it makes me really sad that no one was just like, you know what? Let me hear Betty's side. Like
Everybody stuck up for him. That sucks.
garbage.
All right. So it has been forever since I've done one of these, and I wanted to do a haunted eBay segment.
Yay!
So I sent Amy over the pictures of all the items. Do you want to give a little description of item number 1?
I don't even know what this is. Okay. So it's a doll. It's like a porcelain doll, but his head is too big for his body. And
1000%.
he's got like this look that's like I don't even know. Like his eyes are wide but also squinted at the same time, and he's like smiling with his teeth. And he's got
Oh, he's got
cracks in his
freckles.
he's got freckles, cute little freckles. He's got cracks in his face, and he's creepy. And also his palms are upside down. Like
His palms are upside down.
his palms are weird.
They're backwards.
They're backwards. That's
Are
what
they
it is.
backwards? I don't know. So that, my friend, is I don't know if you've ever heard of a howdy doody doll. I've heard of them.
I
I've never
think I
seen
have.
them before, but this is a howdy doody doll, and it is put on there as possessed howdy doody doll. Condition is
Okay.
used, and under the condition it says a serious hot mess, but it's only because no one loves him anymore.
Aw,
The
that's
price is
sad.
$199.98.
Oh.
And here's the description. It says, "Let's give a rousing cheer, 'cause Howdy Doody's here." That's
Ah.
perfectly possessed vintage Howdy Doody doll was created in 1948 and became possessed some decades later after there was no one left to love him anymore. Is
Aw.
he smiling or is he leering? Is he
Ugh.
good or is he evil? It's hard to tell, so cross your fingers and hope for the best because Howdy loves to play hide and seek and snuggle up beside you in bed. He's only 20 inches tall and only weighs 15 ounces, but don't let his small size fool you. Get ready to sleep with one eye open for the rest of your life.
No, thank you. Actually, I don't want it anymore.
Way to sell it. That was a
Really?
great description.
I was gonna say I want it, but at the same time, I'm scared.
Is he watching you while you sleep? I don't know. Oh.
Oh, they're really good at making something sound absolutely wonderful when it's absolutely
Yeah,
terrible.
that one was a very accurate description. I liked it.
Yeah,
Item number 2.
this
This is
is
pretty straightforward.
this is good old handcuffs.
Yep. Just straight up
Old
handcuffs, not the fuzzy kind.
No.
Just straight up metal handcuffs.
Yeah.
They are titled as haunted handcuffs and the condition is used. They are priced at $425. Probably because they have multiple uses. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
All right. The description is these were owned by someone named Charles who had schizophrenia and committed suicide in the 1980s. The family that found them was a relative of Charles, and they believe that he may have been someone who caused the death of a woman in the area. Although Charles was never accused of deaths of the woman he was questioned about, and due to his death, there was never a link found. The people who sent these items to me said they feel that Charles still uses these as his vessels. They don't feel safe with them in the home. Once these items were found, they began to hear footsteps and see a shadowy figure,
Ew.
and said they would wake up to their throat feeling like it was closing, and many of the women died from strangulation. What? I don't remember that part. What? What? They
Wait.
noticed that things would come up missing, especially their cigarettes that Charles was known to take even during his life. Charles is able to use dowsing pods, I think it's supposed to say rods, dowsing rods, spirit boxes, and he can use Ouija board. He will set off a paranormal tools, including REM pods, K2 meters, and dead bells. When using thermal cameras, you can catch glimpses of his spirit moving through the home. This one would be perfect for all haunted collectors and paranormal investigators. I would suggest keeping this out of the hands of people who entered the home. Also, do not, I repeat, do not put these handcuffs on.
Ah,
They're
too late.
real and I don't have the key. If this happens, you will have to call the police department to get them taken off. Each
That's
order
so
will
embarrassing.
come with offerings such as incense and a candle and a balloon light to welcome him into your home.
What is a balloon light?
I actually have never heard of that before. I don't know.
Also, could you imagine if you did put them on and then you had to call the police? But actually, what really is bad is when you put them on, he haunts you even harder.
Ugh,
So you're like,
no,
ah, 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 ah.
it's gonna choke me to death. Like, wait, I somehow do not remember that part where they said that some people who've had the handcuffs have died from strangulation.
That's weird.
What?
That we just kind of brazed right over that
I
one.
feel like I feel like we I don't know. That's a little far fetched for
Mm,
me.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so number 3,
Number 3, my lord.
a cute little figurine, little porcelain figurine, of a girl. She's wearing like a old timey outfit with a dress and a little hat in her hand.
She's cute.
She's cute. She's got a little blonde hair. Looks like it was
Yeah,
hand painted. Super cute. From like
very
the early
pretty.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is titled Haunted Item Doll Sweet Young Lady. Condition
Oh,
is used. She's only $30.
okay.
And the description is this is Amy. She is 24 years old.
No, she's not. That's take it back. Take it back right
Her
now.
previous owner told me she died from complications when giving birth. Both her and the baby died.
Oh
She
my
was
god, one of
so
my biggest
excited for this
fears.
baby, and it was going to be her first. She really loved kids and always wanted to one of her own. When she found out she was pregnant, she was so emotional and told everyone she knew. She later found out it was a boy and she planned on naming him Jason. Sadly, both her and Jason never made it out of the hospital. I feel both her and Jason are attached to this figure. Since I've had it, I've heard a baby crying late at night, and I've also heard noises like beeping, I'm guessing of a heart monitor. She
Oh.
also flickers lights when I'm talking to her, and she has done that several times. She is sweet. I think they are both at peace because she is with her baby now.
That
Yeah.
one's sweet. That's
It's sweet. It's
sweet.
sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Also, one of my biggest fears when I was pregnant.
All right. All right. You're going to love this next one. Item number 4. I'm
Okay.
almost done.
Number 4 is it's like a plastic squirrel with but it's like an angry squirrel. Why is he so angry? Oh, he looks like he
Well,
has rabies.
let me tell you why. So
Okay.
this one is labeled Haunted Doll Active Succubus Shapeshifter.
Oh god. I like the text over it says mystical smirk. Ugh. I do not
Con-
want to hear about this one.
the conditions used price is $17.99.
No.
Description: Name Lisa. 100% authentic, rough around the edges spirit. Lisa and her jam. This
Oh.
beautiful doll vessel has attracted this succubus named Lisa, and her
Oh
sweet
god.
spread will possess and entertain you through sexual activity in your dreams. She's a sexual predator that will come to you while you are sleeping. She has her spellbinding dark eyes with her beautiful tail to draw you in because, we're all into that animal shit. She has
Ew.
very seductive legs, them little tiny squirrel legs. She will come with a surprise that helps your experience. She's a seductive sexual dream walker, which means she can and will come to you in your dreams at her time of choosing. She has no preference, male or female, as the new owner will find out for themselves as time goes by. You will seem to have a lot more erotic sexual dreams
Ugh.
when she's in your room or home. Lisa, the haunted spiritual doll vessel that seems to be watching over you, she is a paranormal doll and still looks brand new.
It's
If
a
you are
squirrel.
if you are looking to bring some real fun into your home and add to your dreams at night, then she is for you. Lots of crazy dreams in the night with this one. You will never be alone with Lisa by your bedside.
I
She's a
don't
true
want to be alone
cheerleader
with
for
her.
you. She's using her supernatural abilities to appear harmless and neutral. Lisa is clever and sinister. She loves to giggle when you fondle her. Make a
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
jam sandwich and she will get so
No.
excited. She loves all
Oh,
positions, especially hopping on top of you. She is really special and will change her form and shape to reflect what she feels and you are lusting for to gain sexual activity. For you, I'm almost done. For you and other worldly spirits. Be careful and do not let her consume you, for you are its master. And when she changes into this wild female succubus, she needs to be shown some sort of control. The demon in her wants all your fluids. She loves bondage and roughness. She loves drowning and cum and her
ah!
jam and wants you to piss in her mouth. She loves hopping around from body to body. She loves taste of bread and nuts and loves smell of sweet
Bread?
spreads, blood, and scented candles. We're just jumping from like cum to jam to bread to scented candles. Like
They're just like putting like, give me some hot keywords. Bread, scented candle.
Oh, she will ignore children and not harm animals. This vessel is uncleansed. Light a candle, burn incense, and give a small present to welcome it into your home.
I'm sorry, but people that have zoophilia they need to go to jail. If you were sexually attracted to a squirrel, I have no words. This thing is like the size
I
of
had
like
to read that whole thing.
it's so small. Throw it away. We do not
I
need this.
okay, guys, I am not normally skeptical, but when I find this stuff, I have to put it in here because I don't I don't believe that.
I
Somebody
don't believe that.
somebody's trying to make a buck. Somebody put that on here. Somebody has
Some
a really colorful type
That's what
of
I'm like.
mind.
They're just like, we need some hot keywords. Brad. Oh, scented candle.
Oh, they like jam toast.
But people will believe this because there's freaks out there.
Mhm.
Absolute freaks.
Yep, and if you're listening to our podcast,
You might be one.
go buy this squirrel.
Please. I actually would love to see if you have really weird dreams after this.
Please
If
let
that'd be
us
okay.
know. Please
I
let
want to
if
see
you
some
want the link
reviews.
if you want the link, email us at wwtnpodcast@gmail.com and I will gladly send you this link for this squirrel. It sounds like a quite a treasure.
No,
Number
thank you.
5.
I don't even know what this is. Like, looks like a pile of wood.
I kind of figured. It's fine. This is actually a piano key.
Okay,
It
I see
is
that.
an old piano key and it says piano key paranormal condition used price is $34.17 which for a broken piano
Okay.
key that didn't even go in anything. Okay.
Okay.
Description. Real haunted item for a from a haunted piano that was purchased and used. You are purchasing one key from the piano. Description you can see below. The Piano Man. 7 years ago, I purchased a used piano at CA House Music and something West Virginia. After having the piano delivered and placed in the sunroom, we noticed many random unsettling occurrences. They usually began once everyone went to bed late at night. We would randomly hear one of the keys strike. Immediately after, I would walk into finding no one or nothing in the room. There were multiple occasions where things were strange, personal belongings came up missing, or someone or something was seen. I read online that bringing a haunted or spiritual attached item into the home, often via antique shops or secondhand purchases, can introduce paranormal activity, including unexplained noises, smells, cold spots, or moved objects. For this reason, I will not accept any returns of this item and suggest you break it and destroy it if something evil is introduced to your home. Anyone who orders a key will receive a transcript from an interview done with the piano owner. An interview was shot in
Oh,
the home in the room that piano spent most of the time in. As
okay.
soon as the filming began, there were issues with lighting, sound, and mechanical errors that couldn't be explained. Some of the footage was usable, which forced me to write a transcript to inform everyone that what was described during the interview. The owner was obviously nervous, uncomfortable explaining the story. What he said was a very disturbing thing to say, at the least. Let's see. The pics posted are the piano and the door that would randomly open or close on its own. The door weighs around 100 pounds. It cannot
Okay.
slide in or open on its own. If you give this as a gift, I strongly suggest that you get permission from the other party before gifting. I
That's
cannot and will
understandable.
not be responsible if this item brings bad omens or spirits into your home.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
keys have already been sold. Each key will come with a multi-page written record of what was said during the interview. Also, look at the keys in the pictures above and message me which color you would like, white, black, or again, one will be selected and shipped through eBay's policy.
Okay.
Purchase with caution and good luck.
I don't want it though.
Like, you want to get rid of this piano, although this might just be, like, someone who bought it from the person who wanted to get rid of it, but, like, the
Mm,
person who wanted
mhm.
to get rid of it was like, "Just take the damn thing, like, I don't want
Yeah.
this," and yet they're selling it piece by piece.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's what maybe it's a secondhand seller, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Um I would here's the thing is I want to know all the things about what happened and like I want the transcript and stuff like that, but I don't want the piano key.
No, no, no. I
Yeah.
just want the background. Just
Yeah.
tell me what happened.
Tell me what happened. Exactly.
I don't need anything haunting my house.
Yeah, no. Interesting. Okay, this last one reminds me of like it's like another porcelain cat, like
Yeah,
doll cat.
it's a
It
kitty
looks like
cat.
the body, yeah, it looks like the body might be fabric. It's like a little porcelain puppet cat thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is titled Haunted Mechanical Drum Cat Doll, priced at $110.88. It is used, and the description is
Jeez.
this vessel was acquired from a paranormal collector. Since entering the world spirits investigation space, the objects have been observed for activity and kept inside a containment box when not being examined. During investigation sessions, the vessel reacted strongly to focused attention. There was a strong sensation of being watched. The feeling was not passive, but more like being evaluated.
Uh,
EMF meters showed frequent spikes, but strong spikes when communication attempts were made through the Ouija board. The
okay.
planchette moved quickly across the board and spelled the words play before stopping. The
Mm-mm.
session ended immediately afterwards. Spirit box sessions initially produced distorted responses, followed by clear mimic of a voice stating dead. The
Oh
toy
man.
contains a wind-up mechanism that plays the melody memory from Cats when the figure moves its arms with the drum rhythm. I have no idea. That I assume it's from the play Cats or the
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah.
There is a traditional wind-up key located on the toy. The mechanism was, of course, tested normally during examination to understand how the movement works. When wound intentionally, the toy behaves exactly as expected, playing the melody while the figure raises and lowers its arms with the rhythm of the drum. The music did produce a nauseous, unsettling feeling. During the
Oh,
silent
yeah.
observations, several unexplainable events occurred while investigations watched, but did not touch or interact. A sound
Uh, uh,
resembling a scratching at the base of the vessel itself was heard, then music played. During those times, the melody began playing, but the figure did not move.
I don't
Shifts
want
in
this.
movement have been noticed through though after containment. Because the identity of the intelligence connected to the vessel cannot be confirmed, it is classified simply as an unidentified reactive presence. Handling recommendation. The
I don't want
vessel should
this.
be the vessel should be treated with respect and kept in a stable location. It is not recommended to provoke or challenge the presence. Okay, Zach Baggins, you can't have
Uh,
this.
yeah.
Collector advisory, not recommended for beginners. The activity associated with this vessel feels reactive and unpredictable. Collectors experienced with paranormal artifacts may find it particularly active. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or requests for specific spirits. I collect far more than I place, and I'm always happy to check my private holdings.
Okay.
I'm not responsible for the behaviors you may experience, but you can't say I didn't warn you.
Uh, uh,
Meow.
I really actually don't want this one at all. Like, I'm not buying this one, okay?
I know that
Sorry.
one. They even said that that one wasn't like something from like a spirit. It's
I
creepy,
don't want it.
pretty crazy.
I know. So I have a neighborhood story for you. And I feel like I've already shared this one, so tough toenails if I have.
Just take it,
Okay.
guys.
So it's next door and it says, "Hey everyone, I'm Christian.
Hi, Christian.
I just recently moved in blank 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 with my friends. We're hardworking dudes, always happy to help need be." Signed Christian. Someone commented, Leon, actually. Leon commented and they said, "Welcome to the area. Please keep your religion to yourself."
Rude. Rude.
My name is Christian. I'm not Christian.
Oh, Christian.
Hey everyone,
I
I'm
get
Christian.
it.
Keep your religion to yourself.
Poor
Christian.
guy. He's like, damn, just trying to help.
I can't win. Anyways, it's been a long episode.
Yes.
And I am very hungry. Very
Go
hungry.
eat. Go eat your
Thank you.
freaking bird. Just kidding.
No,
I'm just
that was
kidding. It's so cute.
cruel.
Sorry, that was
So
mean.
mean. Have you checked out on the neighbors?
What's at the neighbors?
Bree and Amy
Being Amy.
out.
Ouch.
Say hi to your cats for us.
Don't get dead.